into another episode of Financial Friday here on Soda City Living. We're here with Tripp Limehouse, founder of Limehouse Financial, to help you plan different aspects of retirement. Thanks for being here.
It's always fun to be with you, Madeline.
Yeah, today we're talking about a really important topic, which is retirement accounts and what to do with them. So tell us about the different types of retirement accounts.
Well, I think that I'd like to start off by sharing with our viewing audience that a lot of you guys out there think that you have a retirement plan, and you really more than likely don't. You just have an account. So that's the first point I'd like to make, is that there's a difference between an account and a plan. An account is a place where money is located, and that's good. We need to have that. But we need to turn that into a plan, because a plan is what's going to get you where you want to go and keep you there. So let's just kind of talk for a moment about the different types of accounts out there. I think people think they have a plan because at work they say, I have my 401k plan,
Right.
or my 403b plan. And, you know, in a sense, it's somewhat of a plan, but again, it's just a place where money's located. So a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, any of those things, those are tax-deferred retirement accounts. And these are nice because, you know, people can get a current tax deduction, place money into these accounts, and it grows tax-deferred. But that's the key there, it's tax-deferred. So it's problematic because on the backside of retirement, you're more than likely counting on paying less taxes, and you may be in a less tax bracket, but the counting on paying less taxes doesn't necessarily always work out like you think it may. So the big question people have is, well, you know, what do I do with these, right? You know, I've got this account at work. What can I do with it? So we like to talk to people about options, you know, for what they can do with these accounts.
Right. And if someone is over 59 and a half years old, they need to come talk to you as well. And why is that?
Well, 59 and a half, we often term it, well, hey, oh, it's mine. Like, I can take it, I can possess it now. Because when you participate in a tax-deferred retirement account, like we were just talking about, a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, that type of an account, you're actually entering into an agreement with the IRS. And the IRS determines how much you can contribute, and then they also determine how much you can take out, at what time you can take it out, and they actually make you take money out later down the road. So before 59 and a half, people kind of have their hands tied. They really can't put their hands on their money in these retirement accounts, okay? If they do, there's a 10% penalty that they'll pay, plus they'll pay taxes on it. But after 59 and a half, most people can take something like a 401k or part of a 401k, even while they're still working. And you can actually roll it over into an IRA, which we can help set up for you. The important thing to know about that is that it's a lateral move, because a 401k, 403b, TSP, those are tax-deferred retirement accounts. And when you set up an IRA, it's the same thing. It's a tax-deferred retirement account, okay? The difference, though, is we've turned that account into a plan by just doing a rollover from an employer-sponsored account to your own IRA. Many, many advantages to this, Madeline. One of them is more investment options, and I think people like more options.
Definitely.
You know? Another one is that sometimes we can help people lower the cost or the fees that they may be paying in these accounts. And contrary to what a lot of people think, there are fees associated with workplace retirement accounts, such as a 401k or 403b. But the biggest thing at all is just moving it into a plan. And we talk about that over and over again here on Fridays, is that when people have a plan, they succeed. Having a plan and following a plan leads to success. So folks, as you're hearing me talk about this now, ask yourself this question, you know, do you have a plan? And don't think that if you just have an account, you have a plan, because that's not true. We've talked about that. But I want people to know that you can transition from having that plan. 59 and a half is a big deal. If you're 59 and a half, you need to be asking us about what are your options for your current retirement accounts, because we can show you how to make them work better for you longer term, and that's going to lead to you being more independent, more successful, more comfortable during retirement.
Why might consolidation be a good idea for some people?
Well, a lot of people have different accounts from different jobs they've had throughout the years. There's not a whole lot of people these days that are staying at one employer for their whole career. So as a result of that, they may have a 401k, or maybe have 4 401ks. I'm thinking of a couple that came in And between this couple recently, Jonathan and I brought on as clients, they had had 4 or 5 different jobs over their working years. There was like 9 different 401ks, so a whole lot to keep up with, a whole lot of statements. So consolidating these accounts into one plan is very beneficial for people out there. It frees your mind. You don't have to worry about like where's all these things. Consolidation is always nice. I think it takes a lot of the worry away. But the biggest part is consolidating also goes in tandem with building a plan, and that plan is what gets people to retirement and through retirement.
Tax management is another important topic here.
Oh yeah, well think about this. A lot of people, so they have money in a 401k and they don't really realize this, but when you have money in a 401k and you're withdrawing money from it, you're going to have to pay it. It's a mandatory 20% for taxes, okay? Now, somebody might need to pay that. I mean, it depends on how much they're earning. I mean, most of our clients are, high income earners, high net worth, and so their taxes are up there anyway, and we're helping that, to manage that, right? But when you pull money out of a 401k, you have to pay 20% whether you need to, don't need to, want to, don't want to, whatever. So the difference is when the money is in an IRA, then a person can control the taxes more. They can say, hey, I don't want any withholdings, and I'll see how I do. If I owe taxes, I'll write a check, next year. Or, hey, let's set the state, at a certain level, maybe 4 or 5% or whatever. Let's set the federal at 10% or 9%. So we can just really work with a person on a much better level for taxation when we're handling that, doing things this way.
Now, we do have a viewer question this week. Susan from Lexington says, as a 68-year-old widow, I have been forced to learn how to manage my retirement. My late husband handled everything. With your experience, what would you say I need to be focused on? Over our married life, we were able to save using a 401k and a few brokerage accounts. These all equal about $450,000. I just don't want to run out of money or lose it all to the market.
Wow, that's tough. So my heart goes out to her, being a widow, that's tough. But that happens, a lot of times we find that there's usually one person that's handling the finances, and then that person's not here anymore, the other one has to kind of pick up, learn what to do. I would encourage you to take a look at these safe money strategies that we talk about every Friday, the Green Line Principle, because that's a place where you can put some of this money where you can't lose, it'll never go backwards, no risk at all. And having that nest egg, you just got to make sure that it lasts the duration of your retirement. But I think for this particular person, it comes down to working with an expert like myself to ensure that we're not missing anything. Are we talking about inflation? Are we talking about taxation? Are we talking about health care, lifestyle goals? How do we incorporate all that to make sure that she's going to be okay and not run out of money? So a lot of moving parts there, but that's what we're here for. We're the experts in this area. So safe money strategy is important for this person to consider, and having a plan from this point forward probably would eliminate a lot of the maybe angst of having to always think about it.
And we do have a special offer for our viewers.
Yes, absolutely. Folks, right now for the next 7 callers in the next 7 minutes, what we're offering is a written plan for retirement built by a team of certified financial planners. This is going to be an individualized, customized retirement roadmap, as we so call it.
Wonderful. And if you'd like more information, feel free to visit limehousefinancial.com, and also join us every Friday here on Soda City Living for Financial Friday and on WIS at 6:30 a.m. every Saturday. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Madeline.